Hi, I'm Michael Evans, and I'm here with teacher slash author Kathleen Brunelle.
Hello.
Hello. So tell us a little bit about your books.
So the two books are here. The first one is Bellamy's Bride, and the second one is Cape Cod, Highfield, and Tanglewood. And they're primarily about Cape Cod and different stories from Cape Cod.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Which book are you most proud of?
Well, I like them both, but Bellamy's Bride, I think I had more of a, I had a lot of fun researching Bellamy's Bride, and it was one specific sort of topic. I was researching one person, the girl, whereas for Highfield and Tanglewood, I was researching a bunch of different stories, so I like them both for different reasons.
What is your writing process like?
Mm-hmm. During the summer, I try to write every morning. For at least an hour to try to get up early and write and before I start my day. During the school year, it's whenever I can write. But ideally, I'd like to be able to sort of write first thing in the morning. It's the best time for me. It's when I have the most ideas. And if I write too long, I get frustrated. So I think an hour is a good amount of time, and then you need to just put it away and go back to it. And you can kind of look over what you did and decide where to go from there.
Would you say that's the most difficult part of writing, the process of it?
Yeah, the process is tough. Researching is fun, but then sometimes you have such a big topic that the research can be pretty daunting and overwhelming, and so that can be difficult as well. But I think the writing actually it's tough. Once you get into the groove of it, or I'm in a chapter and I'm really able to, I know what I want to say, it becomes easier and I can be creative as I'm saying it, but sometimes you have writer's block and you're struggling. You know what you want to do, but it's tough to get it onto the page. So.
On average, how long does it take you to combat or get over writer's block?
You have to just put the stuff away, and it might be a day, might be a week, might leave it for a few weeks, and you just have to leave enough time away from the piece and then go back to it. So it's a little different every time.
Do you leave any secret hidden phrases or any other stuff that only a few people would understand?
Nope.
Nothing like that?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Maybe I will in my next book. Yeah, but I don't.
Cool. It's kind of a broad question.
Okay.
How do you define literary success?
So literary success, I think, is different for everyone. It's difficult to sort of break into publishing, really hard. I've been submitting my work out since I was 17 and had Bellamy's Bride accepted in 2009. So a long time. I was publishing little pieces, essays, poetry, things like that prior to. And when I did my master's degree, I had to publish my thesis. But this is a little different. You're doing it through the school. So pitching out to publishing houses it's pretty tough work. And a lot of times you never hear back from them, right. Or you hear back 6 months later, and it's a no. So it's really hard to break into the business. And then once you break in, these sell sort of, these are Cape Cod type books, and the press that I work with sells books that are sort of regional throughout. They're based in England, in the Carolinas, and so I would like to move to more of a mass audience, which is what I'm looking for with the book that I'm currently working on. And so right now I'm working on securing an agent, and that's a daunting process. It's pretty much the same process as trying to submit to publishers.
Wow.
Yeah. Most publishers won't take your submission unless you have an agent.
Sounds smart.
Mm-hmm. So success, I guess, finding an agent that you really like, and then being able to work with that agent to get your book out to a mass audience, I would say.
Do you have any inspirations before you go into writing?
I do love, I love research. I love the idea of research. I'm a huge Agatha Christie fan. I love her books. And she writes mysteries, so I don't write mysteries, but I do love the way that she writes. And I'm certainly influenced by her. I'd say Dickens is a huge influence for me as well. And I love the Harry Potter series. That's, a series that I love. And I have written some middle grade books that I haven't done anything with, but that's an inspiration for me when I go back to it. And I definitely enjoy reading nonfiction. Doris Kearns Goodwin, she writes a lot of nonfiction, and she's sort of my, I would say, inspiration for this type of writing. So I like her.
What was your favorite book when you were a kid?
When I was a kid, my favorite book was Where the Sidewalk Ends. So it's a book of poetry. Shel Silverstein. I love poetry. That's what I fell in love with as a kid. And that's what I wrote and sort of published while I was starting to work on larger things. And I still have like a creative sort of angle in my writing. I think that my sentences tend to be a little more, tend to have a lot of imagery, etc., even though I'm writing nonfiction. And so definitely influenced by poetry. And I love The Great Gatsby, and that's a beautiful book that is actually has Fitzgerald uses a lot of imagery in his writing. Yeah. And of course, I love Shakespeare, so I love Shakespeare.
And final question, have you ever Googled yourself?
No, I have not. Have you Googled me?
I did.
Lovely. I'm not going to ask you what you found.
You don't need to.
Okay.
I have everything I know.
All right, that's good.